Hey guys, good morning. Happy Monday and welcome back. So today, we're gonna do a little introduction of our new reading genre, myth. So myths are pretty fun. Do we know what a myth is? I'll wait. It's fine. You can go ahead and raise your hand anytime. Anytime. Do we know what a myth is? Do we? Do we remember what a myth is? Okay, someone said it's a fiction story. Okay, yeah, myths are fiction. Unless you're weird and you believe in weird myths, sure. Yeah, myths are fiction. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Alrighty. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I like it. I like it. So, what I want you to do is we are going to open up. I have attached a cool little anchor chart here. So, myths and legends. So, let's look at this. So, myths and legends normally have gods or goddesses, right? Okay. That's a very common thing. Example Hercules, Zeus. Um, One of my favorite Disney movies is Hercules, right? So, what do myths do? So, we kind of know now who's in a myth, right? The kind of characters. But what do myths do? Well, they try to explain why things are the way they are. Example, why elephants have trunks, or why there's the sun in the sky. There is a myth in South America. It's a South American myth that there is a god that uh, brings the sun, and that's kind of very similar in Greek mythology. You have Apollo who brings the sun across with his chariot. So it explains why things are the way they are. Before science, you had myths. Okay. So teach a lesson. Example, don't trust people who love money. Yeah. So myths also help teach a lesson. They have a theme usually. All right, we're dealing with themes again. Gotta love it. Okay. Commonly they have magic or powers that are not common or that a normal person like a teacher doesn't have, right? So, and then they come from different cultures. So, examples you have Greek and Roman, you also have Aztec, you have um, Eastern European myths, you have Nordic myths and legends. So, there are so many different legends, right? And they're pretty cool. Now, just remember, they're stories. They have characters, they have a plot and a theme. In myths, these elements help explain life or nature, reflect society's values, or highlight traits people dislike. So, um, this week, we're going to start a myth. And it's pretty cool, but some things I want you to think about. If you go to page 371, there's an anchor chart in your book, and it really talks about characters. They have many personalities or represent a natural force. You have setting and you have style. The style is kind of important, guys. So let's just keep an eye on that, okay? Alrighty. So let's move on. We're going to preview the vocabulary. So we're reading two myths this week. We're going to preview the vocabulary that is in both. This week you have shrewd, which means clever or showing good judgment. You have ornate, which means highly decorated, complex, and fancy, right? Look at that. All that gold and fancy stuff. Then you have temperament. Okay. So temperaments, personalities, usual attitudes or behaviors. So how people act, you can usually describe it as choleric, melancholy, sanguine. So those are just some different ones. Someone can always be happy. Their temperament can always be a happy temperament, right? Okay, so let's keep going. Next one we have, and this one's kind of neat. We have parapets. Now, notice I've attached a picture of a bridge, right? So On the bridge, we would call this a guardrail. It also has another name, parapet, a low wall or edge of a structure. A low wall at the edge of the structure, such as a bridge. So I've shown a bridge with a guardrail or a parapet. Okay. And then we have infernal. This is going to be in our last myth. It's pretty neat. But we have infernal, which means unpleasant, related to the underworld. Does this look like a happy place to be? All the fire and lava. Does that look good? No. Although that could look like one of the Hawaiian Islands as it's being made, right? You can use the term infernal and not even be referring to the underworld, right? So these are the words we're going to be working with this week. I added some pictures to kind of help with the visuals. Some of these were kind of hard to find visuals for. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Next thing, after we're done previewing the vocabulary, and I've attached that here, I've attached the anchor chart here. You're going to read pages 374 and 377 of Pandora. So, real quick, before we really start that, let's look at the background. So, the background is on page 377. It's right here. So, let's look at the background. The Greek pantheon, or gods and goddesses featured in myths and stories, is very well known today. You may have read other tales about Zeus, the god who ruled over all other deities that lived with him on Mount Olympus. The tale of how Prometheus stole fire and gave it to mankind is so common that his name has become synonymous with boldness and creativity. The myth tells about what happened after that daring act. Ooh. Myths with Zeus. This is gonna be fun, guys. Zeus is not a nice person all the time. And he always tries to cause trouble for the main characters of these myths. This should be pretty entertaining. So, as you start, make sure you keep in mind the vocabulary we went over and have fun reading this. Let me know what you think. You can send me a private comment and let me know what you think. I want to see a private comment from you. Let me know what you thought about the first 4 pages we read today. Okay. All right, guys. If you have any questions, join my Zoom. I am on 9 to 11. Okay. All right. Talk to you later, guys. Be safe. Have a great day. High five.